Well, good morning, everybody. It's me, Pastor Mike, coming to you live from the Colleen Studios, which are all gussied up for Christmas time because it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Welcome to your morning Let's Go Live, where I am here, your pastor in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, offering a little bit of encouragement to get your day going, to get your day started, to get your life moving in the direction that you want it to be moving in, because we don't want you to be stuck. We don't want you to feel trapped. We don't want you to feel hopeless. We want to make sure that you know that there is a hope that is worth leaning into. And that's the hope that we find in our faith. That's the hope we find in our perseverance. That's the hope that we find in trusting God in a much bigger story. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Carol. Good morning, Gail. Good morning, everybody else that's going to pop on right now. I'm just glad to be here. I did do a Let's Go yesterday. But unfortunately, yours truly marked it as a private post, so that didn't work out well. I have no lighting on my eyes. I can't see my eyes very well. But yesterday's post was about perseverance, in that NASA had launched a space probe to go to Mars, and they've named this probe Perseverance. And I love that. I just love, not only that I love science and I love all the spacey stuff and NASA stuff, but I love that they named it Perseverance, that it's that idea that it's going to struggle, but we're going to persevere. We're going to get through this. And I'm reminded of the other the probes that went up before it, Discovery, and I'm Not Quitting. The other name of that probe, because it lasted 15 years. 15 years on the red planet. It was only supposed to last like 9 months. 15 years. It just recently went offline. That thing has perseverance. So good morning, Linda. So this morning, I just want to tell you, Christmas is coming. In the next few weeks in church, we're going to be talking about the hints that Christmas was coming from a long time ago. Even before we ever had a Jesus, there were hints that Christmas was coming. It was like there was a clock always ticking, ready to go off and set the alarm off that said, there's a child among us. He's a wonderful counselor. It's amazing. It's awesome. And so I encourage you guys to be checking us out at church, either online or live at 9, online, 10:30 online, or live on the lawn at 10 o'clock. And that's what we're going to be talking about. God's got some super divine timing in all this. And even for today, God has some extreme divine timing. So this morning, I just want to ask, are you ready yet? Have you gotten ready yet? Are you getting ready yet? Will you be ready to celebrate? Hey, Penny's ready to celebrate. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate that. Will you be ready to celebrate? Because many of us are still in this dour period, this time of captivity period, this feeling that everything's going badly period. And I gotta just point your hearts and your eyes to the sky. I got to point your eyes to that star that is shining so bright, to that hope that is a light in the darkness. I've got to point you to the place where all of our hope lives and resides, and it's in God. And when you have your hope in God, you've got something to look forward to, or even like the wise men, to move toward. You get to move toward the hope. And they got to see God's timing in action, right? They showed up a little bit late, but they saw God's timing. I want you to be ready now. I want you to get as ready as you can right now and start, put on the hat, put up the tree if you haven't already done so, and start sharing the good news, start sharing the hope, start talking about what it's all about. And of course, as always, we want you to be inviting people to church. We want you to share this video. If I ever made you smile at all, just hit that share button, because it makes a world of difference. The church is going to be posting a few ads today on Facebook. When you see those ads, like them, comment on them, and share them, because that helps us again. And so we've gotten ready. Today we're going to be decorating the preschool and doing some cool stuff. This weekend we have the Elf movie night at 5 o'clock. I think we have the Elf movie night on December 5th in the back church parking lot, a drive-in movie for you. So come on. And there's so much else going on. The last thing I want to say before I go back to the point here is that we have an event that goes on every year at our church, and because of COVID, it feels like it's been a little bit missed and not loved. And I need your help in helping people find it and give it some love. It's called a Marine Family Christmas. Every year we would gather the names of families on Camp Pendleton that had a little bit of need, and we would go as a church go out and buy presents for them. And we would pick up usually about 50 names of families that needed presents. But because of COVID, and since we haven't been able to be in the building, a lot of people miss that. And so I got to encourage you right now to contact the church or to visit the church website. But I'd contact the church directly and say, how can I help out with the Marine Family Christmas? What are the needs for the Marine Family Christmas? And if you can afford it, to go out and purchase a present for a Marine family that's in need, because we know how generous you are. So thank you so much for that in advance. Now, the last thing. So if you're ready for Christmas, make sure your face is ready too. So many times, Christmas is so stressful. This whole season is super stressful. And by the time it's all over, everybody's like, I need a drink. and instead of going, whoa, this season is all about countering what we're experiencing. As people are making fun of the government and stuff like that for all these lockdowns, because it feels so out of control and possibly not necessary. Possibly, I mean, I'm hearing both sides of the conversation. It does feel like there's a little bit of oppression going on, and remember that Christ came to claim his throne, to be the victor, to be the one that wins out over all of this stuff. And if you're a believer, you know that you already have victory. As Jeff would say, I'm going to see a victory. You've already got it. You've already got it in Christ. And in Christmas, it's just a reminder of that. This Christmas tree is like a giant victory flag to the world, saying that Jesus has won. And there's no oppression that can oppress what God has done and what God is doing. There's no virus that can stop that. There's no government system that can squish that. So I want you to be leaning into that. So you see those twinkly lights. Think about that star that the wise men saw. When you see those Christmas trees, think about the victory. When you're out and about and you see those Christmas colors, find the hope that people are leaning into, that I'm encouraging you to lean into. And remember these things. Christmas is what makes it easy for me to say that God's love for you is always true. You were created to pursue an authentic relationship with your Creator. You belong to Jesus Christ and define who you are by what he says. And you exist every day to demonstrate God's love to a broken world. So now we got to get out there. We got to start living. We got to start going. We got to start expressing God's love. And we got to start sharing. So get out there. Let people know about what's going on. Invite them to all the things that we're doing. It's Elf this weekend. It's a jazzy Christmas next weekend out in the preschool parking lot. That's going to be awesome. And then Christmas services at 2 and at 4 p.m. on Christmas Eve, candles and the whole shoot match. So can't wait to see you all there. It's going to be a party. Oh, we also got a petting zoo for Christmas. And so you'll get to see some crazy animals for Christmas as well, Christmas Eve. So that's what's going on. I'll talk to you more. I got to get over to the preschool because we got to start decorating because it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Let's go.